everybody, long time no see. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we are looking at Attack on Titan Season 3, Episode 1. Sorry in advance, by the way, I am sick right now at the moment. I'm not nearly as bad as I was a few days ago, but so to kind of expect my voice to be a little bit in and out and to sound a little nasally and stuff like that. I do apologize, but it's unfortunately just the kind of sad world of living and doing work so early in the morning. It makes you get sick very easy. I'll tell you that right now. Like, your immune system does not work the same way, it seems like. And also where I work, there's an environment where it's very easy to get sick, to say the least. But anyways, besides that, Attack on Titan Season 3 was a very interesting first episode because this was not, I think, what many people expected. From what I'm seeing from Twitter and everything else, a lot of people didn't see this being the first type of kind of comeback for the show. It's not like where we had runaway titans everywhere. We didn't have any of that concept. Even the opening kind of signifies I want to say, change right now what they're focusing on. Because, obviously the Titans are going to be here. We know that they're going to be here. But this season, I can already tell, is not going to be focused solely on Titans. It's going to be focused on various elements of kind of, I want to say, political intrigue, and this kind of conspiracy that's going on. And also, I want to say that Eren and Historia are now going to be targets more than before, that at least before, because they have power. Their whole concept is power. Eren is what they call the coordinator, and Historia is someone of royal blood. So there's this whole thing that you already know that people are going to go after them. And we can see the signs of that. Pastor Nick dies in the first episode. He's brutally murdered by the actual police, the military police. And it comes off as this, like, oh, he was killed off in a robbery type thing. It's like, come on, man. Besides, I always forget her name. It starts with H. And Hagnai. Besides her realizing immediately that wasn't the case, it's just funny because even though I think the audience could realize that it wouldn't be that simple. But there's more of a detective theme of this first episode, because we have this, I want to say, almost very stoic type of I want to say, setup. There isn't a lot of emotion going on in the first episode. It's really it's chill in a way that it's not like relaxed. I don't want to say it like that, but it's chill in a way that everything goes by this beat of a kind of darker toned detective plot, where we have the setup of these characters. We know that, again, like I said before, Eren and Historia are being targeted. Levi's squad, or new squad, is really kind of almost like a facade for them just to be, I want to say, like, easy targets in general, because Levi is not seen as the Grand Slayer he's supposed to be seen as right now currently. And it's probably coming from the inner workings of the wall, probably the kingdom, because we see that King, I think, I forget the exact name of it. King it starts with F, but what's interesting about the king is that you can see already he seems to be thinking about what his players are doing at work. The military police is already obviously after Levi and his squad, and Eren and Historia, but even more than that, there seems to be something where they want the power for themselves for some reason. What is for? We don't know yet. And what their special, I want to say, power they have is in the form of Kenny the Ripper, which is, a play on Jack the Ripper. But Kenny the Ripper seems to be what is going to be the most interesting character of this season, possibly, at least right now. This dude legit comes in, kills not one person, but two people. And then we have other parts of his group killing another person. So, very interesting, I want to say, setup for his character, because, I mean, holy crap, this dude looks like he uses the guns with a mixture of the same CO2 cannons that they use for, their movement gear. So his guns are, like, propelled by that. And I'm like, that's actually kind of badass. The way they made him look, he's almost like a sheriff / a cowboy. And I know they're kind of the same things, but you know what I mean. It's, by the way, again, I'm sick, so I apologize if I'm a little bit out of sorts. I do apologize. My review's not going to be the best review you probably heard of the first episode, but I should be a little more, like, I want to say, alerted and tentative when it comes to next week. But I was very surprised by the first episode of Attack on Titan 3, because I really did expect this to be quite different than what we got. And I'm not saying that in a bad way of like, oh, you know, it wasn't a good way of starting the show off, or, you know, it didn't hit the notes. I actually liked it. I'll tell you right now, animation wise, you could clearly tell that Wood Studio put a lot more money into season 3. It's everything from the way these characters move, the way they look, the animation effects. It's kind of amazing. You know, this is season 2 looked amazing, and I think that was one of the things where people were so surprised because season 1 is very different than season 2, and season 2 and 3 are already coming to kind of being different with their motif. There's a darker tone in I think season 3's like art style, and I think that's the whole thing of what they're trying to kind of portray with this season in general. But yeah, like even the fact when Eren did transform into a Titan, the only time we saw a Titan on screen at all, besides seeing Akani's mom as a Titan. But the thing was that seeing Eren's Titan form and seeing the skeletal structure it was because apparently it wasn't as strong as it usually is, and the fact that like they pulled his face away and his face was ripped off, that was messed up. It was very dark, but it was pretty badass. I won't lie. It's just I don't know how people are gonna feel about season 3 in general. I know this is kind of like going full circle back to what I was saying originally, but I think people are going to be either really loving season 3 or really on the fence with it. And it depends greatly on what they start doing with this season. If they continue with this kind of detective motif story, there's going to be I don't want to say upcry of everyone, but it's going to be a lot of people going, where's the Titans, where's this, where's that. Likewise, though, if they do the detective stuff on top of action, on top of the stuff that we know from Attack on Titan season 3, from Attack on Titan in general, there probably will be a lot of people that say, oh, we love this show. This show is going to be great, and it's going to be amazing. It could be one of the better seasons. I'm not going to say anything right now. I'm not going to go, oh, I'm going to rate this whole show yet. It's first episode of a season. It could be the start of something amazing. It could be the start of something horrible. We'll see what happens. I know the creator of Attack on Titan, one of his comments was that he hated what he did with the manga for this season, or what the season's based off from the manga. And with this season, he wanted to change up a lot. So manga fans are going to be very, I think indifferent with this season in general because it's going to be very different. So maybe if you didn't like the manga, you might like the anime more, or maybe because you still are a manga fan, you might not like what the anime does because I feel like they're going to do some very different things. And I mean, I can understand that from a creator's perspective that you have the outlet of changing what you made mistake-wise in the manga. You have that outlet now with the anime. It's just that it's going to be very interesting to see what those changes are. And I will rely on you guys that have read the manga to tell me in the comments below without spoiling too much far ahead. I don't want you guys, stick with whatever episode we're on, what part we're on, the chapters and stuff like that. Stick with that. Don't go too far ahead. Try to keep. If you go far ahead, don't spoil anything. That's the whole point of what I want. I will delete comments like that. I don't play with that. But because it's not just for myself. I really don't care about spoilers too much. I care about the other people that read comments and then see that, and then will get spoiled, and I'll feel bad for them. So think about your fellow, I want to say Attack on Titan fan, but I want to know the differences between the two, if there really are big differences as he said he wanted to make. So let me know when things happen, like, oh, this is a big difference from here, this is a big difference from there, because I would love to hear that. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick review. Well, actually, it's like 9 minutes long, but yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great, great day, everyone. God bless you all. See you next time. Bye-bye, everyone.